you interested in the media growing up, or what did you want to do?
No, theater and music. In fact, that was my goal, was to be a professional actress. And my undergraduate degree at what is now the University of North Texas, I did a double major in drama and speech. I had a theater production company and a day job. I really decided I didn't like the programming on television. And I thought, well, I could be part of the solution instead of just complaining. So I went to get my master's degree in television production, and my view was to become a producer of drama and comedy and write scripts. Only reason I got into teaching, I was working for an investment firm and I was communication director right after I got my master's degree, and they restructured, and me and my boss were the only two people in the company. We got absorbed and laid off. So I submitted my resume to Eastern New Mexico University, and I thought, oh, this will be the joke of the day because I have no teaching experience whatsoever. And lo and behold, I was their first choice, and they flew me out, and I got hired and discovered I like teaching. I taught studio production and video production and audio production, and I thought, this is fun.
Yeah.
Then I left there and didn't know if I would ever teach again. I worked for the YMCA in Hampton, Virginia, and did a lot of PR work there as the assistant to the CEO. And then I got a teaching job at Eastern New Mexico University and taught there for 9 years. And I taught PR and writing for mass media and what we call media equipment, which is the birthplace of multimedia production here. Then I got a doctorate at OU in educational studies, and then I ended up here immediately after graduating. So I have a varied past. I don't have a direct path to this at all. So you guys who've had me in class probably go, I recognize elements, I think, of all of this. I believe this is I'm completing my 8th year here, or I'm about to start it. I've lost track. I really like writing the scripts.
The scripts.
I really do, and I like editing. I like editing video. I even like editing audio. Shooting is fine, but I really like the other. I think when I went and got my master's program, I ended up starting in the middle of the year. It was on the quarter system, and so I started with a writing course, and we were supposed to create packages because we had a national cable news show that we did weekly. And I didn't know how to shoot, and I didn't know how to edit, but I knew how to write. So I sat next to the editor who was editing my package. I picked the video, I wrote the script, I did the voiceover, but I had to have people help me with the technical part.
Yeah.
When I saw the video editing, I went, this is where the power is. This is where you choose what goes where and how your story actually is assembled. And I just loved that concept. So between writing the script and figuring out what shots I want and how I want to do it, then we go and we actually shoot it. I really believe if I write my script clearly enough and have a good enough storyboard or script or shot list, someone else can go and shoot it, and they ought to be able to bring back exactly what I had in my head if I've done my writing job. And so I'd rather send somebody else, let them shoot it, then I'll edit it or sit there and do it. I think what I like, though, is I like the concept of storytelling. And I think that grows out of my love for theater and performance. And so it's finding mediated ways to tell stories in a way that not only inform, but maybe inspire, change lives, pinpoint problems, get people, their emotions involved.
How do you think multimedia will progress in the future?
Oh, that is the question on everybody's lips. I just got back from the Southern States Communication Association Conference, quite a mouthful, SSCA, and the theme for this year's conference was the future of the field. And so I just got through listening to a lot of panels talking about where we're going with public relations and social media, and the use of everything's mediated. I don't care what you do, it's all mediated. I think if you can really see that, you could probably make $1 billion. But everything's going to be mediated. It just is. We expect it to be. I mean, if my phone goes dead, I just feel very cut off because I check everything on there. I send emails. I check absolutely everything on there. and we're used to having it all the time. And that's how we're used to getting our information.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got through, well, I'm still in the midst of living a year without cable or satellite television. But I am not out of the loop. I
Yeah.
discovered, oh gee, I can watch the CBS Evening News at breakfast,
Yeah.
you know, and I have not felt like I didn't know what was going on in the world. I think
Yeah.
more of us are going to want that kind of delivery. So I just think it's a real exciting time to be majoring in this area and going out there and getting jobs, because I tell my students, you guys are the ones who are going to determine really what the future looks like. And apps change every day, equipment changes every day, software changes. You have to, don't be wedded to your favorite software or your favorite piece of equipment. Figure out what will do the job and embrace it. I think that's what's hard for a lot of older people, is that things change so quickly and they're not ready for it. I love this stuff, so if you're not an early adopter, if you wait a year or two, you can get more power at the old price. So that's my motto. Buy big, buy cheap. I had more time to learn it. That's part of the problem. I used to love having that not luxury, but the time during the day to just play in software, because that's how you learn it. You don't get good at something unless you play and discover the ins and outs of it.
What's your favorite social media to use?
You know, I don't really care for Facebook. I follow my family on Facebook, but I don't let people post. I hardly ever post. Also, Facebook, as one of my students pointed out last week in my media law class, she discovered Facebook owns copyright to everything you upload. And so I'm not going to put things I might want later up there. I'm becoming where I use Twitter more often. I've started this semester trying to hashtag my course numbers. So if my students will follow me, and actually, well, if you've had multimedia production, you were supposed to already follow me on there. But if you will remember your login and check it. Trying to find things that I find that are appropriate, that are enhancing what we're talking about in class. For example, in media law, we've been talking about privacy law, and I found a whole bunch of stuff in my Google, well, it's not Google Reader anymore, but my Feedly Reader on current issues in privacy law. And I was able to hashtag it and send that out there, and I had one student repost it, and then I had lots of, so it's like there's a community out there wanting to know that. So probably I'm using Twitter more right now, trying to find more ways to incorporate it into my classes. I've got a blog now that is multimedia storytelling across, it's narrative storytelling across media.com. Remember your own blog address too.